Welcome back to the Finding Fulfillment and Joy in Midlife Summit. Today I have the great privilege of introducing you to Giovanni Dinsman, who is a meditation teacher, coach, and the writer behind the very popular and wonderful blog, liveanddare.com, which Giovanni can tell you more about later on. Giovanni is also the practitioner of meditation for more than 7,000 hours. He's been practicing every day since his teenage years, which he'll also discuss with you. So I'd like to say welcome, Giovanni. And if you could tell us, for starters, how you found meditation.
Thanks for having me, Randy.
My pleasure.
Well, how I started in this journey of meditation, I was a kid with a lot of anger inside of me and a lot of anxiety and restlessness, as I describe it, and perhaps a bit of ADHD as well. I was searching for something and I didn't know what that was. I started getting interested in spirituality, in meditation, and in the things of the metaphysical when I was about 14 years old. I bought a few books and tried some exercises on my own. And then I discovered that there was a workshop being held in my city one night, and I signed up. In that workshop, through a short 5 to 10 minutes guided meditation, I experienced something that was very special. Something that was different from anything else I had experienced in life. It was a sense of deep stillness, calmness. I was just there in the present moment, nothing to run away from, nothing to run after, just happy in my own skin. And I love that feeling. So I decided from that day onward that I would meditate every day. And so I did. That's how this long journey started.
It's remarkable, absolutely remarkable that you've made this commitment and honored it so religiously, so consistently. So what have you found to be the benefits, or what do you know are the benefits of meditation?
So meditation has benefits on many levels. And I spent quite some time looking through all the research that I could find, all the scientific research, and I summarized 76 benefits of meditation. Right? So I'll just go through a few of them so you have a better idea. On the physical level, meditation will improve your immune system. It will reduce blood pressure and the risk of heart diseases. It will reduce inflammatory disorders, increase your longevity, a lot of good things, right? On the mental side of things, it gives you a better focus. So your ability to pay attention to things and to control your attention, to keep it where you want it to be, that becomes better, becomes more accurate, more in your power. It improves your mental resilience. So the hard blows of life, you can accept them better and you can roll with the punches. You can do something, you can create something better out of whatever life throws at you. Improves your memory, your willpower, your ability to learn, and your self-awareness. So you start having more understanding of what's going on in your subconscious mind as well. On the emotional side of things, that's for me the most precious, because what meditation has given me, I like to use the word unfuckwitability, which means nobody and nothing can bother me. I know I am confident and I am fearless because I know I can accept whatever the present moment brings. And there's a sense of being at ease when you know whatever the present moment brings, you can create something positive with it. You can accept it, and you are okay, right? Then you are confident in life. You are at ease in any situation. So in general, meditation will increase your emotional well-being. And it's also proven to help you with depression, anxiety, fear, panic attacks, and even to reduce emotional eating.
True.
And finally, this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
And finally, on the spiritual level, for those of us that are interested in this journey of spirituality, it will help purify your mind of a lot of negative thoughts, energies, emotional patterns, and it will help you connect to the source, to look inside yourself and have a better insight into who you truly are and how you want to live your life.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, I would say that these are the benefits of meditation in these 4 levels.
It's incredible that something that takes such little time and is so easy to do, in at least most forms that I know, can yield so many benefits, and that this is true at every phase of life. So for all the midlifers out there, what's interesting is that their brains can continue. This is not just, oh, well, if you do it at this stage in life, it will help. It helps throughout the whole life.
It's the neuroplasticity. And any time in your life, your brain can still tap into the neuroplasticity and change.
Right. From birth to death, the brain still continues. It's remarkable. It's remarkable that if you could start this practice at 45, at 50 years old, or 60 years old, or 70. I taught a woman once, 84 years old, and she was like, my God, I never knew I could feel this way at 84.
But you know what? When I go to a meditation group or a spiritual group, most of the people there are in their 40s and 50s. That's what I notice. There are very few that are teenagers like I was.
So interesting. Why do you think, Giovanni? Why do you think that's true?
I think for most people, they start waking up to what's really important in life after a few decades of living, right? When you are in your 20s and your 30s, you are just kind of figuring things out as to family and love life, work. You just kind of figure things out. And I think when you're 40 and 50, you are already at a different level of maturity where you see that the things that I was looking for to give me happiness, to give me comfort, I have acquired some of those things, but I still want more. I'm still searching for something that I haven't found yet. And then people start going to spirituality and meditation and all these things in search of this peace or this fulfillment.
I think that's spot on. I really do. It's so interesting, though, to me that you found this, that here you were, this angry kid, that maybe had some, pieces of ADHD or, I don't know, but that you found this vehicle and that it really changed the course of your life. I mean, this is what you made your life become.
Yeah. I'm very lucky that I had that interest at that time.
It's amazing. You just knew intuitively what to gravitate towards, and it has clearly served you well. I mean, your blog just expresses such deep awareness and awakening of what meditation is all about. It's just beautiful.
Thank you.
But I'd like to ask you about the different types of meditation, and do you have preferences, or, do you have suggestions for our viewers? Just what are the different kinds of meditation?
Sure. So first I'd like to define what meditation is, so we are on the same page here. Meditation is a mental exercise of awareness and attention, right? So it is different from other practices like visualization or affirmations or self-hypnosis. These are different practices than meditation. In meditation, there is an element of relaxation. So relaxation is essential for meditation. You cannot meditate unless you learn how to relax your body and how to relax your breath, right? And then things calm down and you're able to use your mind more effectively. You're able to calm your mind as well, right? So first there is relaxation, and then there is this self-awareness where you are aware, you move the light of consciousness inside yourself and you are aware of what's happening. You are aware of your attention is. You are aware of your thoughts and your emotions. And then you direct your attention to be with the object of your meditation, which can be your breathing. It can be a mantra. It can be one of the chakras of the body. It can be a specific visualization. Right? So there are these two elements. There's the relaxation and there is the attention. And the different types of meditation will use the attention differently. So there are basically three different genres of meditation, if I can say like that. The first one, which is the most common, is concentration. And in concentration meditation, you are bringing your attention again and again on the same object, right? And the Buddhists, they have this metaphor, which is, they say our mind is like a drunken monkey, right? So you already know how restless a monkey is. Imagine a drunken monkey. And that's an apt metaphor for our mind, right? And a mind that is like a drunken monkey is not a happy mind, is not a peaceful mind.
No.
So when you give this drunken monkey a toy, like the breathing or a mantra, and say, hey, play with this for a while, and then that monkey starts becoming quieter and quieter. And it becomes possible for the mind then to experience a sense of joy and contentment and peace that exists inside yourself and doesn't depend on anything outside. Right. So in concentration meditation, that's what we are doing. Moment after moment, we are bringing the attention to dwell upon the same object again and again. And if you get distracted, as you will, as soon as you notice that you got distracted, you gently bring your attention back. Without judgment, without feeling bad about yourself, just bring your attention back. And that is a little exercise of self-awareness, right? The metacognition of observing your own thoughts, and willpower of bringing your attention back. And in a single session of meditation, you will have exercised your power of relaxation, of self-awareness, and of willpower multiple times. And that will serve you throughout your day, because these faculties will become stronger and stronger in you. And I can say from experience that if you are able to relax in any circumstance, if you have self-awareness of what's going on inside yourself, and you have strong willpower and focus, everything else becomes easier in life. Mm-hmm. Because these things empower you so much. Right? So that's the first type.
Okay.
Sorry?
I'm just wondering, when you say willpower, are you saying like, come on, Randy, or come on, Giovanni, make yourself go back? Is that what you're saying? Go back to the object that you're on.
But gently. Willpower doesn't mean repression or suppression. Just or like bullying. We are able. Yeah. Willpower means willpower is your power, is the power of your will, is the power of your intention that you want things to happen in a certain way, and you're able to make them happen in a certain way.
Okay.
Just like I'm able to say like, hey, I'm going to hold my hand here and I'm going to keep it here for 5 minutes. We're able to do that, right? It's just like, it's my own body. Yeah. But if I say I want to put my mind on my breathing and keep it there for 5 minutes, I cannot. Why? Why can't we do that? Because we have to exercise the willpower.
Yes.
Right?
Tame
and then when we tame the mind in a way.
Yeah.
And then when that willpower is developed, then when you are going about your day and your mind is going back into the past, into traumas, into suffering, into negative interpretations of what's going on in your day, then you have the self-awareness to notice that that's happening. And you have the willpower to say, no, I'm going to bring it back to this, to what I have to do right now, or to something more empowering. So you can see how these two skills of self-awareness and willpower are applied to everything in life.
Juxtaposed with the relaxation. So it's also with
relaxation.
Yeah.
Exactly. And relaxation is your ability to let go. Right? Relaxation on the physical level, which is letting go of tensions. In the mental and emotional level is your ability to let go of mental and emotional tensions, of thoughts and feelings that are not serving you. Right? And this translates into your ability of accepting life as it is. And accepting doesn't mean that you everything will just remain as it is because I'm accepting everything. It means like you start from a point of acceptance, and then you have the power to do something about it if you need to do something about it. But you're not suffering. You're not contracting inside your own being that certain thing happened in your life. You're saying, okay, this is here. This little monster came up. What am I going to do about it? Do I need to do anything about it? Right. So that's the power of relaxation as well. So, okay. So much so for the concentration meditation. The second major type of meditation is called open monitoring or observation. In this type of meditation, instead of focusing your attention on the same object moment after moment, you're actually keeping your attention open and you're monitoring anything that comes up in your consciousness. So if a sensation comes up, a memory, a thought, awareness of a sound, you are just being aware of the contents of your consciousness in the present moment. And when people talk about mindfulness, that's usually what they mean. The ability to be in the present moment, paying attention to what's happening without judgment. Right? So that's the
so these are
that's the open
sensations, thoughts, anything going on with us.
Mm-hmm.
We're just paying attention and being with it. No judgment.
No judgment. And this meditation also develops your ability to relax, of course, develops your ability to accept things as they are, right? And to let them go. Because you will see that a thought, a memory, however painful, however much you don't want it, it will come. And after a while, it will go by itself. Even if you want to hold on to it so it doesn't go, it will still go by itself. So in that short life that it has from the moment it arises by itself to the moment it disappears by itself, don't suffer it. Yeah. Let it be there.
Yeah. Watch it.
Watch it. And then the third type of meditation, which is more advanced, is open awareness practices, where you are not focusing, you're not observing, but you're not distracted either. You're kind of just there. And that usually requires training in other types of meditation before you can do this one effectively.
Tell me more about that. Tell me more about that.
The open awareness?
Yes. I'd like to know, but I'm sure our viewers would like to know as well.
Okay. I think many people might have had this experience where maybe you were sitting on the veranda or on the beach or something, and your eyes are just kind of gazing into nothingness or gazing into the sky. And you're not particularly thinking about anything. You're not focusing on anything. You're kind of just there. And after a few seconds, usually then there comes a distraction and then you start thinking about this and that. But that moment is a moment of open awareness. So you exist, you are there as consciousness, you are aware, but you're not aware of anything in particular. We also have sometimes this experience the instant we wake up from sleep, but we're not started yet to perceive this world and to think about things. Sometimes there's a small moment where we are not asleep and we're not awake, but we are kind of there. And then the day starts, kind of, the thought starts. So that moment also, that pause between two thoughts, that is open awareness. So the practice of open awareness, yeah?
In psychological terms, that's called the pre-conscious mind or pre-conscious state. It's kind of just before that awareness.
Yeah.
It's so interesting that there's a correlate.
Yeah. Well, if you look at babies,
it's so clear. Yeah.
Yeah. If you look at babies, if you look at their face and their eyes, they're kind of in that state of open awareness most of their time. Like when they're not crying because they realize that they're hungry or something.
Right.
They're in that state of open awareness. They don't have a mind much to deal with yet. So they're just kind of there, like open and empty, perceiving the world as it is. And
moment to moment.
There is an original innocence in that state, in that raw state. Yeah.
Yes. Indeed.
So these are the three different types of meditation: concentration, observation, and open awareness. Right, and they all act on different parts of the brain, and they feel slightly different. All of them involve relaxation, but they feel slightly different. And in general, for most people, I would say work with concentration meditation. That would be my
So
recommendation.
that's great. That's very helpful. But I'm wondering, how do you think meditation would help somebody in midlife navigate through difficult transitions? Because when you're in the middle of it, sometimes it's hard to say, oh, I think I better meditate now. You know,
Mhm.
certainly when things are heightened, you don't just stop everything and sit down and meditate. But in general, as a practice, how would you recommend somebody get going in a practice to help them make these transitions?
Hmm. I would say that what meditation really helps in that particular stage of life is your awareness, your ability to heighten your awareness and to know yourself better, to get to know yourself better, to understand what you're going through, and then also the ability to let go and relax and kind of zoom out. Like, hey, something's changing about me. The things that I was interested in, I'm not interested in anymore. Things that were meaningful for me are not anymore, and I'm kind of in a limbo. I don't know where I'm going, but it's not comfortable. There's a kind of an inner tension, right? And meditation allows you to be a witness to that, allows you to be in that moment, to be aware of everything that is going on, all the stories from the past, all the anxiety about the future, all the tension in the present, to be aware of that and to be at ease with that, knowing that if you just keep observing and keep asking questions and allow time to pass while you are observing and asking questions and healing and learning about yourself, and eventually you will find your path, you will find yourself.
So the act of meditation, even though it's not guided towards, I've got to find my purpose, or I have to
Mhm.
know what the next step will look like, that even though it has nothing in particular to do with those things, just the practice of the
Mhm.
meditation you're saying will help you find that,
Yes.
because it peels away and finds the trueness of whatever
Mhm.
it is. I like your explanation. I'm sort of,
Yeah. Yeah. Because all of those things, like even if you go through a questionnaire about finding your life purpose or something like that, which I think is useful, or even if you're going to therapy to kind of heal some past traumas that haven't left you and now are coming stronger than ever, which is also useful. All of these activities, they require the use of your mind. And if your mind is sharp, if your attention, your ability to relax and accept things, your self-awareness, if these faculties are sharp, all of those exercises and activities will bear fruit quicker. I
that's
think
a great image.
mm,
Great image.
we all have a mind. We all have a mind. So we all need meditation because meditation will make you more effective at using your own mind. I like to say that we have a mind, but we're usually not the boss of our mind. And that's a problem. Because when the mind is the boss of us, sometimes it's not a nice boss, right?
Right, right.
And sometimes it has thoughts, feelings, conditionings that don't help us, that betray our best interest, and that just kind of piss us off. It's like
Yeah,
this obnoxious roommate that is always there inside
right.
of you, telling you what to think, how to think, what's happening, what does that mean. Now, it's life is so much better if you understand your own mind and if you're able to have a bit of control over it.
And a
Everything,
relationship,
yeah,
with a friendly, amicable relationship, rather
yes,
than so many, so many people I see. When you talk to them, you realize they don't even like themselves, and
mm,
they have this disconnect with their own inner voice. And
yeah,
it seems like the meditation is a great vehicle for quieting that down and befriending the mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I believe nobody should be bullied by their own thoughts and emotions.
Yeah.
It's not right.
Yeah.
If you have to be one, you have to come out to life as one, as a single piece. When you come out of life and there's already internal conflict inside yourself, you are kind of outnumbered already, right? It's you against you and against life. And there's so much energy that is wasted.
Yeah.
So it is worth to put the time to start a meditation practice. Just have it there in your day, 20 minutes. You don't need to start 20 minutes. You can start with 5 minutes, but just have it there. Do it every day. And little by little, these benefits are going to start coming.
So tell us, what would a simple 5-minute meditation look like for you? If you were to tell all our viewers, here's a way to meditate. Here's a simple way to meditate. What would your recommendation be?
Okay. So the meditation I always recommend for beginners, it's either working with the breathing or with the mantra. Right? In my meditation course, I teach 5 techniques, but what people most like is these 2. Right? So that's what I am recommending the most. If you, in both of them, you would find a place where you can sit, a quiet room for a few minutes where you're not going to be interrupted. You would turn off your phone, anything that can make noise or interrupt you. You sit straight with your spine and your neck straight. Ideally not leaning, because when you lean, your body is more it's easier for you to get lethargic. But if you are straight like this, it's much easier for you to be present and attentive, right? Then you would close your eyes. So that's the beginning of any meditation. You would take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just nice and relaxed, 3 breaths like that. Just allowing yourself to be in your body to settle down. And then if you're going to work with the breathing meditation, you would bring your attention to the movement of your breath through the nostrils, breathe through the nose, and then count. As you breathe in, you count 10 inside your mind. As you breathe out, you count 10 again. You breathe in, you count 9. You breathe out, you count 9.
Just the word.
Like this.
Just
Yes.
the word 10. Okay. So
yes.
not 10 numbers, just one.
Yes. So 10. And so every time you breathe in, you count. You breathe out, you count the same number. And you go all the way down to 1, counting from 10 to 1. Right? And that's one cycle. So 10, 9, 9, 8, all the way to 1. And if you find that you get distracted with thoughts or you forgot about the counting altogether, then you start again from 10, right? And for the few minutes that you're going to meditate, just keep counting from 10 to 1. The counting is a tool to help your mind be with the breathing more. Because I've noticed in my teaching that if I tell people to just be with the breath, some people can, but most people, they are not going to be so present with the breath. But if I say count the breath, right, and you can continue with this technique for your first months of practice, it's much easier. Some people that are more visual, they prefer, instead of counting, they prefer to visualize the numbers. So you can do that if that's helpful for you, right? And then that's it. Put a timer, start with 5 minutes, right? Increase 1 minute per week until you arrive at 20 or however much you're happy with. And that's a practice. And if instead of using the breath, you want to use a mantra, then you would choose a word that you like. It can be any word in your language. Or you can use the classical mantras like Om or Soham. And you would repeat that mantra inside your mind continuously during the whole meditation. You can sync it with your breath, like So, Hum. Or you can just forget about the breathing and just repeat the mantra. So that would be the second type of meditation. Choose one of these 2 and you'll be good to start.
So you could also choose one and say, I'm going to try the other one tomorrow, and then make
Yeah.
the decision about what you like. I have only one question. I generally don't use a timer because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like, I kind of get jolted. Do you think
I
that
bet. Hmm.
just looking, I mean, what I generally do is I just look at my watch. You think that works as well, or is there a reason why you think that the timer, just to train your brain and then that 5 minutes is up? Or how do you
Yeah.
look at
I prefer to use a timer because if we don't use a timer, the mind from time to time will think like, is it time to finish now? Let me check my watch. But if you put a timer, you just forget about it. When it rings, I will open my eyes
that?
and get
Okay.
on with my day. Then that's better. And there are many apps that you can use that have like very gentle sounds at the end of the timer.
Like a
I
little
like using
gong.
one called, yeah, something gentle, right? So you don't get yeah,
Yeah.
don't put an alarm or anything like
Yeah.
that. That's probably going to be very intense. The app that I like to use is called Insight Timer. That's the app I use to time my own meditations, and I keep promoting these guys. I don't get anything from that, but just
Yeah.
I love this
Yeah.
app, and I want them to continue
Yeah.
doing what they're doing.
I'm familiar with it, actually. It's
Yeah.
wonderful. It's wonderful.
Mm.
There's another one too. I can't recall it, but if I do, I'll put it on my resource list. But Insight
Mm.
Timer. Yeah, that's great. So you, Giovanni, you also talk about non-sectarian spirituality. And
Mhm.
um, I'd love to know what you mean by that. Can you explain that
Mm.
whole
Sure.
concept?
So different people are drawn to spirituality for different reasons. And the same thing with meditation, I find that either they wake up to spirituality very early in life, like in their early teens, or it's in their 40s and 50s. That's my own observation. And the drive towards spirituality is different for different people. For some, they are looking for purpose and direction. They kind of disillusioned with life. They have achieved what they wanted to achieve, and they think like, okay, more 30 years of life, let's say I double everything I have achieved, would that satisfy me? So they may think like this and feel like, no, I want something else, something more, right? And then they seek spirituality. For other people, it is this search of connection with the universe, with something larger than themselves, which they may call God or they may not. um, for me and for other people, it's the search for truth. You want to know who you are, who you truly are. What's the meaning of my life? What's the truth about life? Other people are seeking happiness, bliss, or enlightenment. So it's different drives for different people, right? And if you have this thing inside yourself that didn't get satisfied by anything in life, I would invite you to start exploring spirituality. And spirituality is different than religion. Um, you can be a religious person, you can be part of a religion and have no spirituality. Or you can be part of a religion because you are seeking the spirituality inside their own tradition. But most people nowadays, myself included, I consider myself spiritual but not religious. So I seek spirituality, I cultivate spirituality, but not as part of any specific religious tradition. I honor them all, but it's just spirituality and religion can be different things. And just to explore this difference a little bit, for instance, in religion, you often kind of outsource your path or your connection to God to someone else that will kind of mediate you. While in spirituality, it's a personal journey. There may be a teacher there, but he's there to empower you. He's not there to be an intermediary. Right? You have to do your own search. And spirituality, there's no imposing dogmas. There's no talk of guilt, shame, fear, or sin. There's a talk of karma, which is different because you are in charge of karma. It's the consequences of your thoughts, your actions, your words, but you are in power. It's not another entity punishing you.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes a huge difference in the psyche. And spirituality accepts that there is more than one right way. There's not only the truth is what's written in this book. There's more than one right way. So you can explore, study them all, experience, do the practices, and find what really touches you, and then continue on the path.
But
And I
even,
find that people, yeah.
But even if somebody decides, I want to be on this spiritual path, it doesn't preclude them. It doesn't mean they can't be on what the religion is that they were born with or that they've decided to move into. You can be religious in your own religion and also develop this other kind of parallel spirituality, because they could, right? I mean, they're both spiritual. It's just that one, it gives you so much more space, perhaps, than the other, because right, the meditation practice.
In a way, yes. In another way, no, because there's a lot going on in organized religion which has nothing to do with spirituality, and that's a problem. And that's one of the reasons why people are turning away. Many people nowadays are turning away from religion, and because of these things, right? And so emphasizing that you are able to develop your spirituality, which is an innate human drive, without depending on any external religion or dogma or organization. I feel that appeals for a group of people that would not otherwise be in touch with spirituality inside any religion, even though it exists.
What I've noticed is in a lot of religious communities that they exist not so much, at least the ones I'm familiar with, and in this region where I live, it seems like they exist not so much because of the religion, but because of the communities that are formed around this common theme. It's just meeting people and connecting with people rather than, oh, it's because we have this deep-seated belief and we have to follow all these rules and regulations together. It's more like, I just want to meet people and see the same faces and have a community. I think
hang out with people with similar values and mindsets.
Right? But I think there's a lot to be derived from just knowing that there's something bigger than you, no matter what. And I certainly think meditation offers this vast sense of being, that we're so much more than just our bodies and our minds.
Exactly. I feel like everyone in one way or another is seeking happiness. And happiness may not be the word that they use for inside their own mind, but everyone is seeking their well-being. Everyone wants to feel better. Everyone wants to experience fulfillment, peace, and they want to feel that their life matters and they are important, right? And I just find that the amount and we are all seeking, generally, people are all seeking this into external achievements. And you can experience some of that through external achievements. But for me personally, I find that it's not as satisfying as you can experience if you find the real source of this happiness, of this fulfillment that is inside yourself. Because when I desire something and I achieve it, I experience happiness inside myself. It doesn't come from that thing. Because if you have that same thing, maybe it's meaningless for you. You don't experience any happiness from it. But for me, I do. So the happiness doesn't come from the object, doesn't come from the experience. It comes from inside.
Right.
There's even this research that the more you, let's say that you love vanilla ice cream. And then you have vanilla ice cream and your brain is happy. Like you have that hormone of happiness coming off and you just love it, right? And then you want to experience it again because after 2 minutes, the sensation ends. And then you get a second vanilla ice cream. And if in the first one you got X amount of happiness, in the second one, you're going to get X minus 1, right? And then if you go for a third one, you're going to have X minus 3, right? So there's diminishing returns.
And a stomach ache.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's unhealthy. So it's not sustainable, and it's temporary, and there are side effects and everything. But what scientists have found, and there's research on that, that advanced meditators, when they go into deep meditation, the happiness that they feel, it's similar to the happiness that other people feel when they make a lot of money, or they get a career raise, or they have good sex or whatever. It's similar in the brain. It's a similar happiness. However, in the happiness of meditation, there is no diminishing returns. The more you have, the more you can have. It doesn't get boring. It doesn't get old. And it's free. It's inside yourself.
That's a great analogy, Giovanni. That's great. So true. And it's free, and it's always available. Always available. You don't need any tricks or tools.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, I'm saying all of these things because first, that's my experience. That's the experience I've seen from people that have meditated in a very long time. And I think that it's motivating and inspiring to hear that. I know that I have been inspired when I've heard what meditation did to other people. But at the same time, I would like to say, don't have too many expectations, because it takes time. It takes time.
Yes.
If you learn to enjoy the practice itself, you find a technique that you enjoy, and you have an attitude of enjoying the practice, then you're going to continue doing it. And if you continue doing it, eventually you may even want to increase a little bit, and it will start changing your mind. It will start changing your relationships to people and to things. It will affect your daily life positively, and little by little, you'll be having more and more of this, right? But don't expect that the first week that you're sitting, you'll be in nirvana. No, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't. I remember it used to be so hard for me to sit for 2 minutes. And now it's just such a pleasure when I sit and I know I'm going to give myself 10, 20 minutes. It's not always as long as I would like, but it's, even 5 minutes I find really settles me down. So,
yeah. Even if you have a bad meditation, right? Your body will be happier after the meditation, because the body has had the opportunity to relax and to heal itself a little bit.
By bad meditation, you mean you get out of it and say, God, I wasn't even able to concentrate this time. I couldn't focus on the breathing at all.
Yeah, you feel like I started 10 many times. I didn't arrive at once even. That, let's say, a bad meditation. Even if that happens, you're still exercising the muscles of relaxation, self-awareness, and willpower.
Yeah, that's great. That's so great. And no matter what you do, it's better than not doing it.
Yeah. Don't give up the practice. Just, I like the metaphor of a chain. Every day that you go and sit, you add a link to your chain, right? And don't break that chain. No matter what, don't break that chain. Don't go to sleep, no matter what. And no matter what is the important part. Don't go to sleep without meditating. At least 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. And then you're putting another link into that chain. And 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you're going to look back and you're going to feel thankful that you took these steps, like I feel thankful that I did.
Yes. Giovanni, thank you so much. This has been awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we end?
I don't know if you have any questions, any other aspect you'd like to explore.
No, I know you have a free gift that you're offering to viewers. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, so
what that is.
Yeah, sure. One of the things that I find is a very powerful help to meditation is yogic breathing. And these are breathing techniques from the yoga tradition, which is a 5,000-year-old tradition. They have developed these techniques that allow you to really calm the mind, the body, and the nervous system. And it's easier than meditation because the breath is a little bit more gross, so to speak, than the mind. The mind is so subtle. It's like moving shadows. So working with the breath by breathing in a specific pattern, that is very, very helpful and very powerful. So I've prepared a lesson on yogic breathing. And if the viewers go to liveinthare.com forward slash midlife summit, they can
I'll
download
have
that.
the link below. They don't have to remember it.
Yeah, sure. They'll be able to download that lesson for free, and they'll also have access to my other PDFs on meditation and my course on meditation as well for beginners.
That's great. And also, of course, your blog. I mean, I encourage everybody to sign up for Giovanni's blog. It's lovely, just lovely. So
that's how you found me.
That's how I found. I don't know how I got on your blog, but I just thought I got to find this guy and talk to him because this is a good blog. It's a great blog. So thank you. And the hits keep coming. So it's great.
For sure.
Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you for having me, Randy.
My pleasure. My total pleasure. And thank you all for joining us today at the Finding Fulfillment in Joy Midlife Summit. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.
Goodbye.